Hi guys, how are you today? Happy Tuesday. Just gonna light some sage, clear the space. I got me a lighter, so I stopped lighting my tablecloth on fire. You know, like when you light a match, it kind of like has a little sulfur jump off and leave a little ash that burns things. So yeah, I'm trying to be more careful, more aware. Sending you this beautiful calming energy, clearing your energetic field, asking, calling in divine white light for your highest and greatest good. Take this over the crown. There's definitely ascension symptoms going on, so let me know if you're feeling some of that. I am, but we just go with the flow. Might be that tree. All right, let's see. We are going to get some messages from the angels, gods, and goddesses deck, okay? This is an oracle deck, and then if we need to clarify, we will. All right, let's ask our saints, angels, spirit guides, and ancestors into our space for divine guidance and protection for our highest and greatest good. So it is, okay? I'm gonna make a few decrees, okay? I am vibrating at the highest frequency. I allow my life to be a free flow of joy, creativity, and expression. I welcome peace and harmony into my life every single day, and so it is. Okay, you can get some beautiful advice for the collective. That would be fabulous. Thank you very much. Goddess of the shadows. What you perceive to be your dark side is actually holds a hidden treasure. Okay, so this really talks about that shadow. Like, we can't be of our light body unless we've had the experience of what difficulties, obstacles, pain, and suffering that we have endured. Okay, it's like you can't have one or you can have one without the other, but for us to gain our full perspective, for us to kind of experience the kundalini energy, right, up through the crown. This is kind of like highlighting the chakras and healing this energy so that we can be one, right? This talks about igniting that fire within and being that phoenix rising, okay? And so this is what was a catalyst for you to step into your full power and to understand that you volunteered to be here and have a specific mission, and what you have experienced in the shadows is what's bringing you to the light. Okay, that's the hidden treasure, is that you're transmuting this pain into power and healing yourself. That is what it's all about. Okay, so when we reflect back and only focus on the pain, we have to also remember that we are better off because of it in a lot of cases. And I feel like not everybody can look at it that way, and I have compassion for that. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of healing to get to that point. You know, so this is just saying that, like, it's not all for nothing, okay? It's for your highest and greatest good, and you may not see that now, you may not feel that now, but you will. All right. Yeah, very powerful message there. Okay. Yeah, right. So letting go of logic and trusting your intuition, okay? A lot of you are picking up on a lot of different messages all over the place. Like, there's a lot of channeled energy coming in. I feel like that's also tied to this, is that you had to free yourself from all that wasn't really for your highest and greatest good in whatever way that is, whatever catalytic trauma happened for you to free yourself is so that you could be a clear channel, okay? So that you could receive, okay? So that you could be looking outside of your experiences and going within and having and establishing that strong connection with the divine, so that you can listen to your intuition, so that you can step into those spidey senses, okay, and use them. Right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be. You'd be ignoring them. You'd still be on that same path. You'd still be dealing with the same type of individuals. You'd still be repeating those cycles unless what happened happened, right? And you have to see it from that perspective. Like, you're no longer blinded. You're no longer, you know, dealing with the trauma that people have inflicted on you. You freed yourself, okay? And now they want you to trust your intuition over anything that logically makes sense, okay? It's like throwing logic out the window, all right? Because you are seeing things, experiencing things, feeling things, and that's what they want you to trust over any kind of logic, all right? Listen, if you're a light worker, there is no logic to it, okay? Goddess of sacred power. This really talks about, like, you are being encouraged to step into that leading role, okay? Like, this is you making decisions based on divine guidance, okay? It doesn't matter what you did before. It doesn't matter how your mom did it. It doesn't matter how your friend does it, okay? This is about you and only you. And if you're getting intuitive hits in whatever way that is, because that can be all the senses, okay? All the clairsentience, clairvoyance, all of those, okay? You're going to be listening to those over logic, okay? And it's part of you taking control of the situation and you listening to the guidance and taking action, okay? You are being encouraged to take a leading role in your current situation, okay? And a lot of times it's not going to be logical, all right? It's not going to make sense to the masses. What it needs to is make sense to you and only you. All right. Yeah, because the time for you to emerge is here, like the real you, not the past you, okay? This is the real you, okay? Your most authentic self, okay? You have worked through all the onion peels. You've peeled them all, like, that were put on you, whether it was like conditioning from like your family or conditioning from your society, conditioning from, you know, all the things that we were told about ourselves, religious beliefs, you know, how we were created as a species, you know, what our government tells us, like all the societal crap that is nothing but false, right? The illusions. This is you standing in your power and knowing and trusting what your beliefs are, okay? And what you know. Your intuition is telling you, okay? What your experience is and how you perceive things now. A lot of times we experience things to see a different outlook, okay? Have a change in perspective, okay? So this is you stepping into that power and using these gifts, right? To know what's for you and what isn't for you, all right? Oh. Angel of clearing. Your time of waiting and confusion will soon be over, all right? This is, you know, definitely like, what I'm getting is the divine is doing a lot of cleanup, okay? There's a lot of karmic energy clearing up. There's a lot of truths being told. There's a lot of things in the dark that are being highlighted, right? And so you may have been like a little bit of kind of like stagnant energy, but just know that that will not be long-term. That's kind of temporary. Again, like we're all going through an ascension process. And so I feel like a lot of light workers, their service, right? Them being in service, you being in service will soon, you'll have clear direction. And here's the thing, the direction you're going to get is through your intuition, through your senses, not through logic, all right? So there might be some things that you're clearing out, okay? So it could be job change, it can be location change, it can be, you know, relationship changes. Like you may energetically feel different. So you know, I know a lot of you have had like headaches and nausea and just really super tired. And, you know, in my readings, I know, you know, the karmic energy is still in the field, right? So justice is being served. So there's a lot of clearing going on, okay? There's a lot of balance being restored. And we have to wait until that is completed. All right, so just be patient. I know you don't want to hear about the karmic energy, but it is what it is, okay? So it's not that I'm trying to torture you with any kind of like past energy, but here's the thing, like we're all one, all right? And so understanding that, like, because of what we went through, that was a certain part of the journey, but then also the flip side of that journey is what this energy is going through and what they're learning, okay? We are going to pick up on that energy, all right? One thing I wanted to show you guys that is really cool is if you look at this little image here, it looks like it kind of looks like a stick, right? And then there's like a V. That is actually like a sigil, okay? That is the protection sigil, okay? And it also represents like being a tree and having those branches and going with the flow, but you were grounded, secure, and stable. All right, so sometimes I write that on like my hand. I put it around a circle to lock it in. And ironically, if you were to draw that, here, let me draw it right now. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like this, right? And then you put a circle around it. Don't criticize my circling. What does that look like to you? It looks like the peace sign upside down, doesn't it? So all this time, we thought that this was meant peace. It doesn't. It actually means the opposite. So we've all been wearing necklaces, jewelry, tapestries with the protection sigil in reverse. All right, so this is what peace and protection means, not the reverse. So little tidbit for you. So I don't know, like I've had some stuff with like, I have like a I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't, but I have like this peace necklace because I always dress up as like a hippie or whatever, you know. It's like my go-to Halloween costume because it's like, you know, my soul was once experiencing that life. Anyways, sidebar. But yeah, just pay attention to like the symbolism of things, okay? And do your own research, okay? So again, like logically we all thought based on conditioning that was the peace sign, right? And we wear it, peace, love, happiness. Yeah, no, it means the freaking opposite, all right? So doing your own research on things, okay? Sometimes it's worth going and doing that deep dive, all right? If someone is telling you something or you're seeing something like, and you're being guided to investigate it, do it. Investigate, okay? A goddess of the unknown is the next card and next piece of advice. The new chapter of your life is around the corner. Remove any fear and embrace the unknown, all right? So yeah, this is confirming that things are coming to an end and things are coming in, right? New beginnings. So in order for this to come in, we have things that need to be cleared out, wrapped up, and healed, okay? I have Goddess of Strength at the bottom of the deck. Again, symbolism, all right? I need you to stand up for what you believe in. You will gain respect by holding your ground. So this really talks about boundaries, okay? And knowing what's for you and what isn't for you. And if something isn't for you, being okay with leaving it behind and walking away, okay? And being in a neutral stance while doing it. Like you're not trying to create any kind of reaction or retaliation. Like our energy is to defend and protect, okay? And it's not to create anything. We have to be very careful about what we create because we know that what we create, there's an effect, all right? So be cautious of that. I'm not saying don't stand up for yourself, certainly do so. And also be careful about what you are allowing. So sometimes we don't realize like there's that our free will, like sometimes we give away our free will, okay? We give access to things that we aren't necessarily aware we're giving access to. So just be conscious of like what you are allowing your free will to, okay? And we can talk about that in another video, but it is important to kind of bring up, because you know, like when we're at a sporting event or watching a concert or listening to music even, you know, we generally are accepting the messaging, we're accepting the tone, we're accepting the frequency, we're accepting the symbolism, okay? And we're kind of giving our energy away. And for you to kind of be more cognizant of what is that symbolism that you're witnessing? What is that music saying? What frequency is that music? Am I attaching to any of this? And by attaching to it, am I giving out my energy by doing so, my free will, all right? And so if you feel like you don't align with something, or if you're seeing symbolism that doesn't resonate with you, or a frequency, then you need to call your sovereignty, your energy, okay? You need to say, like, I do not agree or consent to give out my energy to this, whatever it is, situation, event. Like, I would like to watch the event, but I do not agree to them harvesting my energy in any kind of way, you know. And we can get into all that another video, but be aware, like start paying attention to that, I guess, is where I'm at. And then we can talk about it, okay, in the comments, and kind of like come up with some sort of phrase to use to kind of like protect your sovereign energy, okay? The next couple of cards out we have is Angel of Abundance, okay? So this really talks about, you know, a steady flow of abundance is about to manifest, okay? And so all of this is like the divine plan, okay? This is justice being played out as well. All right, so just know that, like, staying in that high vibration, that love energy, that high frequency, and, you know, if you're feeling like you're kind of being that tree, right? Like, you know, being that symbol, that sigil that we were talking about earlier, is like being stable, being grounded, you know, and protected and defended, and still going with the flow, still having the ability to kind of like, you know, dip into this, dip into that, like, and transmute that energy, okay? So this is, you know, very flowing energy, right? And knowing that you are protected and guided on your path. The next card out is the Goddess of Psychic Protection, okay? This really is fortifying the fact that what you believe you create, all right? And so making sure that you are in that high vibration as much as you possibly can, making sure that you're aware of your thoughts, your energy, and you are defending and protecting it. And also know that, like, yeah, you are protected divinely, but you also need to do your part in all of it, all right? And so just know that, like, what you believe you create, as well as no one can harm you, all right? So just know that, like, we have to do our part, okay? We have to do our part. And so that's the messages that I have for you guys today. It's almost been 20 minutes. And, you know, we can kind of get into more about these energy protection and I mean, energy harvesting is a thing. And so I want to kind of make my collective more aware of that. So, you know, let me know if you've experienced some of that in the comments, and we'll kind of like open the conversation up for that. Because I'd be interested to see like what your experiences are, and, you know, if you've put together some sort of way of you know, preventing that for yourself. I'd love to know what that is and how you do it. And you know, we'll keep the conversation going. So until next time, guys, have a great day.